What's up guys, Anton here from DPR. This week we're going to go over the top 10 double recessives and which one are the most promising one. If you're ready, let's jump right into that. So right before jumping in guys, I had a few rules for myself before going into that top 10. First one, that double recessive had to be produced before, so there's no like Desert Ghost Sunset or Desert Ghost Monsoon stuff. We've never seen them, so I'm not including them inside of that top 10. And the second aspect is actually potential. I'm really looking here at what we can do with those double recessive. So my number one is going to be the one that has the most potential in my opinion. So guys, coming in at number 10, we have the Hypo Desert Ghost. These two genes are interacting together so well. They're just the perfect blend of genes. Ghost, obviously the Hypo has that frosty appearance, frosty look, and the Desert Ghost brings up a lot of contrast, amps up the colors, makes, you know guys, Desert Ghost is incredible. These two genes are a perfect mix together. They both enhances each other so well. They're really made for each other. And the great thing is that you can basically add those genes to any known combos of incomplete dominant, either super orange dream stuff, red stripe, yellow belly stuff, cypress spot nose. It goes with everything. So we can put Hypo Desert Ghost to absolutely any projects right now when it comes to the incomplete dominant, and it's still gonna look nice. So that's why it comes in at number 10. Coming in at number 9, guys, we have the Hypo Puzzle. Puzzle is a very untapped gene. There's not a lot that has been made with it so far. We still have seen a couple combos, but not that much yet. Some of the craziest genes in Puzzle are yet to be discovered. Definitely some crazy stuff coming. And, you know, Puzzle is untapped. Hypo has been there for a long time, but by combining Hypo and Puzzle together, you get something really great. The single gene Hypo Puzzle looks amazing. Puzzle is a fairly light gene on its own, so Hypo works well with that. But you all know, guys, that the Hypo works amazingly well with dark genes. It brings a lot of purple in there. That frosty color is great. And with Puzzle, I really think that this interaction is going to be epic in the next coming years. Coming in at number 8, guys, we have the Desert Ghost Tristripe. Tristripe is even more untapped than Puzzle. We've seen very little things, but so far it is so promising. It doesn't work the same way as Gstripe does, where everything blends into one similar looking animal and just very little changes. No, Tristripe has a lot of versatility. It actually fluctuates from every other combos. They are very different, each and every one of them. And when you add Desert Ghost, I remember when I first saw the pastel Desert Ghost Tristripe, I was blown away that we could actually make something as vibrant as this animal. So that's why it comes in at number 8. Coming in at number 7, we have a Pyhton combo. I'm not a huge Pyhton guy, but I have to give credit when it's due. Number 8, the Sunset Pyhton. I really loved that combo. Obviously, guys, it's always a hit or miss with Pyhton. You never know if you're going to get something either absolutely amazing or a very disappointing result. There's a lot of variability when it comes to the Pyhton. A lot of genes don't look that great, but the Sunset is extremely visual in Pyhton, so that's one thing that's great. The other thing is actually that the Sunset Pyhton is low white, so it gives us a lot of pattern to actually work that gene and implement with colors and patterns. And you know, Pyhton enhances the colors a lot with combos, especially the oranges, and Sunset is basically an orange gene. So we have a lot of potential when it comes to those super orange dream, yellow belly, leopard, Sunset Pyhton. This should be amazing. And it's great because the Sunset Pyhton itself is not patternless, you know, like a pinstripe Pyhton or a Mojave Pyhton. It has its own little pattern thing going on, so that's a really good thing. Coming in at number 6, we have one of my favorite. We have the Gstripe Clown. It's really one of my favorite interactions. The main reason is because it was so unexpected. Gstripe is a very strong gene, and when we put that into Clown, that look, we've never seen that into any other combos of ball python. Loads of things that we haven't seen so far, so that's great. I really like the fact that Gstripe is not uncommon. A lot of people have that in their collection, so we should have a great progression of combos that we see very shortly, because people are really catching up on this one. And I really think that genes that have a great interaction with clowns, such as Confusion or Cypress, should be very great with the Gstripe Clown project. And I'm really curious also to go into a very colorful route of like super OD, yellow belly, fire, Gstripe Clowns. These should be absolutely killer. Coming in at number 5, guys, we have a no-brainer here, the Sunset Clown. It's not only just the orange boost to the clown, the Sunset Clown has its own type of pattern a little bit. Kind of reminds me a bit of what you see from a GHI clown. So it has its own thing going on. So it's not just adding orange to clowns, it's also fluctuating the pattern as well. We haven't seen that many combos, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have a big effect with that in the future. Not only does it have that great color, but I also think that when you look at the clown gene itself, it has a big tendency to throw those insane saturation of orange and reds with combos like red stripe, yellow belly, black pastel, cypress, and all of those genes. They have a tendency to go very, very bright. So I think that if you take, let's say, the example of the Cypress Special Yellow Belly Clown that has been made last season, this animal is already overly saturated in orange. I think that adding Sunset in there could be our first real shot at the most red ball python that has ever been made. I really, really think that the Sunset Clown has so much potential, especially if we work the right genes. Coming in at number 4, we have the Desert Ghost Puzzle. This one is a little bit like the Hypo Puzzle, but just on steroids. Puzzle, as I said before, it's pretty untapped. We haven't seen that much, but adding Desert Ghost on top of it is just the perfect no-brainer mix for Puzzle. We started to see a few Desert Ghost Puzzle combos, and here in Canada, we have the pioneers of it. Will from Royal Canadian Reptiles has made the first one. He also made one with Pastel Orange Dream Puzzle, Desert Ghost, crazy looking animal. The reason why I'm so excited about it, it's mostly because both of those genes, the Desert Ghost and Puzzle, works amazingly well with Pastel. Yes, that hated Pastel. These two genes, the DG Pastel and the Pastel Puzzle, are amazing, and having the possibility of actually using those two recessive genes with Pastel that isn't in a lot of people collection, and knowing that it's a no-brainer, it's going to look good. This is extremely powerful and it holds so much potential when it comes to future combos that we're going to make with those two genes. Coming in at number 3, and this one shows that I'm not biased about my ranking. Number 3 is the Monsoon Clown. If it was just for me, realistically, guys, this one would be number 1 and miles ahead on number 1. It's my favorite project in the whole ball python industry, the Monsoon Clown. I really like what it did to the head. It opens up the whole monsoon pattern and brought that pixelization all the way up to the head of the animal. And the part that I'm the most excited about is mostly when you look at the sides. The sides of that Monsoon Clown compared to regular Monsoon, they're really spaced out, really opened up. And this leads me to believe that when we're going to start stacking genes like Yellow Belly, Spot Nose, Red Stripe, Orange Dream, or even Cypress, we're going to have a lot of coloration, a lot of texture going to those spaced up patterns. I really think that there's a lot to work with there. And imagine just like a Pompeii Monsoon, just how all those oranges are going to translate in those crazy contrasts. I'm honestly stoked about it. You gotta love the monsoon pattern, but I think people are overlooking it, and I really think that when we're gonna start working Monsoon Clown combos, it's gonna be nuts. Coming in at number 2, guys, it's the most no-brainer of all. This is the Desert Ghost Clown. I'm yet to see a Desert Ghost Clown that doesn't look amazing. They all bring our beloved clown to another level. It all makes them just so much better. And every single new combo, every single time I see one, I'm just completely floored. Like, literally, we've all seen a Spot Nose Clown, but just making a Spot Nose Desert Ghost Clown is so insane. That whole interaction is just mind-blowing. I love it so much, and it goes with every single clown. It actually also gives a redemption chance to the Pastel Clowns that usually people are always dissing on them. They don't really like them a lot, but Pastel DG Clown actually look good and they age well as a bonus. So I really think that Desert Ghost and Clown is the most no-brainer double recessive in the entire industry. There's definitely so much more to do. We just have seen a handful of combos. Coming in at number 1, guys, I was actually super excited to present you my pick for the number 1. It is the project that has the most potential in the whole ball python industry when it comes to my opinion. And this one is the Paint Clown. Also, the Sentinel Clown, Paint and Sentinel is the same thing, just different lines. It's the real reset button for Clown. There's only one that has been made, and I'm glad it's just with no other combinations. And it's just a Paint Clown, nothing else on top. So really get to see the true potential of that project. I really love the Sentinel on its own. I know it's confusing. I keep on saying Sentinel and Paint. Maybe one day I'm going to decide myself and call them all Paint or all Sentinels. Still right now, I'm going from one to the other. But the Sentinel itself is very bright. It's a great looking animal. It has a lot of contrast on itself, and they age really, really well. I love how it reacts with Orange Dream, with Enshi, with Red Stripe. These are great. So imagine all those into Clown. It's like, we just seen the Sentinel Clown, and it's insane. Imagine when you're going to start making like Red Stripe, Yellow Belly Sentinel Clowns, or Pompeii Sentinels. Like, this project is incredible. This is by far the one that I'm most excited, and I think in the long run is going to be the one with the most versatility when it comes to different combos that we can make with it. So that was my top 10, guys. Obviously, there's some of them that are not in there, not included. Obviously, like the Hypo Clown, this is a gene that I'm heavily invested into, but I still think that these other have more potential. And you don't have to be on the same page as me as my top 10. You can have your own. I'd be actually curious, down in the comment below, let me know what's your top 10. You can list that, and I'll be very curious to see. And I read all of your comments, guys. So if you want to go down and write me like a big book of like why you think that those genes are better than the other, let me know. Go ahead. And on this, guys, we have other videos on the channel. Go ahead and check those out. We'll see you soon.